Back to episode number 8 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Rome. We have done quite a bit of expanding. I think most of our territories are reasonably loyal. The warm period is right around the corner. I was going to head down over to Macedon, but I think, as I said at the end of last episode, I think we'll just take this territory here and annex it to our client state. Let's turn you around. We'll go back up here. We'll go here to our client state. I found out the disposition of that governor here that died mysteriously after I spent all that PI. I know this game so well that he like popped right up on my sword as sort of the perfect choice for the job. I should have known that him being such a perfect choice for the job that there must have been something wrong, and he was depressed. And it has a negative monthly tick to your health. And he essentially died sometime in between episodes 6 and 7. I'm done with changing governor policies. I'll not do it any longer. Just let them assimilate at their own pace and just build theaters in these areas. I probably should hire a mercenary, call up some levies, but I'll see if we can get it done this way. We out... Mil-tech them and class them, I'm sure, by a fair margin. So I think we can perhaps do it with just our base legions. We'll save a little money. Maybe have a little fun microing and such about them. He'll join. He's Roman. Let's do it. It should be a slaughter. I'll be back to you from time to time. Yeah, I am going to hire some mercs. I called up some levies, but... they're not very particularly adept at fighting because she has a low martial. This looks like a reasonable choice here. Let's do it. Our scheming came through. We got 60 PI for 5,000 manpower. We got the PI we burned on that Magna Graecian governor. So the war goes well. Have one of the legions up here. Our food supply is holding out. This is a little bit more involved than I would have given credit for of these tribal Tech 1 tribals. They've managed to shatter retreat the First Legion here. This one is proceeding northerly. If not for our mercenary, Poopy's mercenaries there, he dispatched a lot of them with his 12 martial, it would have been going considerably differently. Looks as though somewhere here has become a city. The former owner must have paid the PI, because I know that I didn't. That should help with this area. In fact, I don't know that this barracks is necessary any longer. We could probably do away with it and move those guys into that city. Let's do that. I think that should be the whole lot as actionable. As to whether we can annex them all in the same go, I don't know exactly. It's a lot of war score and such. It looks like we can do it for 60 AE. Oh, we can't for 102 war score, so we'd have to not take that. Anyway, I'm going to transfer all of these capitals to our client state, and then not take, I suppose, 2 war score worth, which would leave us at 100. I'll be back. Let's see if I remember how to do it. This one, we should hit this transfer button, transfer occupation to our client state. I'm just going to repeat that process all the way up. Well, this thing says we're taking 31 aggressive expansion. Remember something about that, like not being so, but we'll see. We didn't take hardly any, we only took 4. So our client state is now considerably larger, and it is, of course, still Hellenic and Roman, and it will convert these with the 0.5 tech tick from our tech that we gave it. It should have a level 6 or 7, whatever we had when we released it, which was just a short time ago. You'll note level 7 Miltech. As to what other techs are, it doesn't matter, but where it's located, it will have the formulatic worship, so it will convert those faster than not. I think if we open the ledger, we can find out more about our client state. So there it is. They have a positive opinion of us. Where's the aggressive expansion? It's here. They have 28. So that was relatively tame for having no claims. Their stability is reasonable. Well, there it is. What's next? I don't know. All right. Before proceeding any further, we'd want to stand down the levies and do this and that with these troops, get them to the coast so they can redeploy wherever they're going to go. But I note that the warm period is about to pop. I think in a matter of a month, less than. We can evacuate one final group of Lepontic etcs out of this area down here, so that when they do reproduce, the Lepontics or Druidics, they'll reproduce here. That saves me the trouble of moving their children and etc. et al. Down at some point. And it will leave the Romans here who will reproduce and make the area culturally Roman and Hellenic as well. So I'm going to do all that. I'm going to move as many people down into Italia as is possible before the warm period starts. I have 2,300 gold or 400 gold. I'm going to do that. I'll be back. I sawed through essentially every last gold ducat or coin that I had, but did move a considerable amount of pops down into Italia so that they can auto-convert essentially forever, as these policies are stuck at cultural assimilation. One of these cities, this one needs some adjustment. There's a lot of Lepontics there. I need to build perhaps a theater, but other than that, it went well enough. Now the question is what to do with these armies. There's that strange bug I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. Even though I had all of these set for my client state to annex, somehow we ended up. This is Roman territory proper. I don't know whether it's bleeding food or not. I could give this to my client state, but then I will have incurred the aggressive expansion penalty. Theoretically, I have no adjacency here. I shouldn't be able to do that, but it just happened. You can give your client state and then adjust the aggressive expansion. Sometimes it's necessary if it's like large swaths and you end up with 50 aggressive expansion you didn't plan for, but maybe I'll just leave this be. I think we'll head to Tarentum, replenish our food stocks, units, etc. and whatnot, and maybe perhaps head over and engage with Macedon. Unfortunately, we can take his client state here that has the Museum of Halicarnassus. Unintegrated culture group happiness 5% is nice, and as well as all the claims we have throughout Macedon. And if we do that, I think we get claims in Greece as well. So it's going to be a couple of wars against Macedon here. While we're there, we may or may not take the Sabrian territory here. I think we have a claim because we do in Macedon. The region of, or we just have a claim because we do. It's in it is in whatever the case is, we have a claim, and if we take that and just that, we can then release it much the same as we did Antipolis, and then use that new client state to annex these tribal lands so that we won't have to do it ourselves. They won't cause us any trouble. They'll begin to Hellenize, etc. There it is. The warm period has hit. Good times ahead. National growth 1.5% for 120 months. Okay, so we have arrived here. We're good with supply, I believe. It's okay, good for us. We're probably going to need more legions if we're going to take on Macedon and company. There's quite a bit of company. He's in the middle of a war, but if we were to declare on him, we end up at war with all of this lot here. I think sieging down his main territory should take some of the wind out of his sails, but who knows how agreeable or disagreeable he'll be to a peace agreement until you siege down all of his attendant, his client states, tributaries, feudatories, etc. To that end, we would like more morale from our military experience, which is currently adding 6.4% or thereabouts to the morale level. If we spend some of that, we can get some inventions, I believe, for free. If we take this, we get innovations as well as some movement speed for just the infantry, but we can get innovations and then we can increase our levy size, and then we can call up more troops and end up spending more money on the troops, or we could have that, or we could not do any of that. I think we will do that though. So let's take this and get some innovations, and we'll be able to build a military road as well. Perhaps we can use the extra cohorts that we're not immediately engaged in with to build a road. We do very well at sea, and we do, don't we? Well, whatever the case is, we now have 5 inventions. So we don't have quite the bonus. We did only 2.4%. So if we get into Shattered Retreat, we'll certainly be able to recover our morale. Let's see here. 2% or 2%, that looks about the same. So it is the same. So we'll take this right there. And then we get a levy size multiplier. We can have more manpower and more max armies. Now what's that? Manpower, morale recovery, more of it. Okay, so we should theoretically now be able to call up more. Really didn't do all that much for us, but I suppose it's something. We got 3 more, a whopping 3. Yeah. 3, I suppose, is better than none. Okay, so we'll call up another heavy cav for either, and I think that'll do it. That left me unsatisfied, I must say. Alright, Mac is presently at war, as you'll note here with he's not. He must have just peaced out. Who is this now? Macedon and Macedon. I see. Macedon and Macedon. There are 2 Macedons here. This one is at war. Apparently this one is not. I see. So he's trying to hide behind looking like the same Macedon there. So this Macedon is really the Antigonid Kingdom gone mad. So we can indeed attack this Macedon immediately. I was going to go up here, but as I don't want anything else strange to happen with this particular Macedon incarnation here, we could have a claim against various sorts. Let's go and do it. We are in position to attack the Macedonian Pretender here. We'll engage with the Boeotian Revolt and Oreos there. so we can just do it. Okay, we've done it. Let's get in here. And we'll land here immediately. I just enacted the embellishment of the Temple of Jupiter, and it'll give me some discipline as well as omen power. Alright, we're in the middle of the war. There doesn't seem to be any issues. We have 2 inventions. We may as well take loyalty of characters here. There's I think it's here that gives the government traditions wonder. That's, in my opinion, the best wonder, or one of them at least. It gives corruption bonus, governor loyalty bonus, and I believe provincial loyalty bonus as well. So we'll take that, and then we can come over here for tyranny, but that's not relevant just right now. What is that exactly again? Let's see here. Great wonders, if we go here, the government traditions, provincial loyalty, a monthly corruption tick, and loyalty of governors, all bonus at maximum at least. 0.10 tick and plus 10 loyalty is supreme, really, so far as I can tell. This war was over before it started, unless something strange happens. It hasn't happened as yet. The siege just popped in time to hopefully catch this guy out. I just made it through, the rascal. Okay, here's another one of these weird issues where I checked to see the peace disposition of Macedon here. And I would swear that I should be able to take a Boeotian territory here. I can take that, but it's not possible because it's not a coastal territory. And if I can't take that, I can't take that. But I can, because it's a coastal territory and it has a port. So this is a job for our super extra special consul. I'm going to call him in. I'm going to annex these 2 territories after having a one-sided conversation, and we're going to carry on. I'll be back. All right. There's another bug that the Macedon color is the same as this Macedon color. It was challenging to tell the difference, and I'll not stand for that either. There seems to be another Macedonian territory that's now adjacent to one of our newly annexed territories here. I just took with the consul. I think it's... we couldn't get at that. Oh, how interesting. So we'd have to take this, and we're not at war with them. I was going to annex it as well if it was adjacent. It's not. So we simply can't get at that because of some strange... we'd have to attack Macedon proper, so we'll just leave that be. There's another area here that Chalcidice that he has. I almost wonder whether we should just call it a war here. I think we have a claim on Orios, so let's see. Region, we'd get 2 aggressive expansion for that, and do we really want it? What's there? There's a city with yeah, there's a city with, yeah, I think we'll just call it a war. We had to pay the aggressive expansion for this territory over here that we didn't really want, so I just took this. We'll call it a wash. We should have been able to take this, surely, but it wouldn't allow me to do it, so there's that. I think we could peace out with Ori. Yeah. I'm gonna wait a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna peace out and call it a war. We'll just take that and white peace. What is that? So take, okay, so boom, we've done it. All right, I think we'll just evacuate this area and try to snipe this Abria, and then create a client state so that we can conquer these lands without... I see civil war there. 21 months. Can we beat them to it? I intend to find out. More to the point, we have 3 inventions. Not more to the point, but we do have 3 inventions. I was going to take the tyranny for what that's worth. Nothing. Take the PI here. It's nice. I'll take it. And we'll head for diplomatic range as well. We are headed here. There's nothing much to it. We get a provincial improvement here. We get that. And then we can immediately head down here for a +4 loyalty to all of our characters. And as long as we're there, I wonder if it's more than reasonable to head further down for more PI, 25%, and more loyalty as well. Alright, we've arrived. I'm going to declare war here. That's going to trigger this tribe here. Scordesia as well. Oops. Scordesia as well. Well, apparently we're not interested in Scordesia really, or so much this. So maybe we'll be able to piece them out. Let's just do it. Time is of the essence. I'm going to get this guy as well. It's not really, but why not? We'll do that as well. I'll be back to you. Looks like that fort is coming in handy. These barbs, they don't have quite the number to... let's see how much. Will not pay, will not pay. We now have a claim on every territory in Greece, which helps. I think it's because we took some Macedonian territories. We can peace with this war. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't. Actually, we don't want this. We'll have to pay the aggressive expansion for it. Maybe we just want this, and then we can release it as a client state as needed. So maybe we can peace out right now and get on without... Let's see, we have that. I see. Just barely disagreeable, so we need to siege that down. It looks as though we won a battle here, or siege this, or occupied that. Whatever the case is, we can take just what we want here now for 1 aggressive expansion. I'll take it. And we've done it. So now we could release this as a client state if we wanted to. There's no reason to do it right now unless we want to go and conquer some territory with it. I'm going to call this an episode. It's a shorter one, but I'm going to give it some thought and mull this over. There are various options available. Let's take a look here. I see. Egypt is at war with them. I see. I had meant to war with those guys, and now Egypt, I see. That's going to be quite a series of wars there to get secure this territory. That's for sure. Luckily, if we just sort of wait, Egypt, oddly enough, I don't think it's normal for it to stay Hellenic. Usually they'll go Kemetic, Macedonian, but they're still Hellenic. So theoretically they are Hellenizing these pops at some point. I doubt they have formulatic religion to where they get a free tick, but there seems to be some Hellenization going on, which says, why should I be in a hurry? The more Hellenes that are there, the Hellenes that are there, the less feisty the pops will be when we do take it over. So we'll leave that alone. You, the law, he still has his vassals there. Maybe we'll just, maybe we should just give that a shot. Nobody says that we can't occupy this as a war goal. And not deal with the Bactrians, etc. Holy moly. Et al. Maybe that's a thing. It's better now than when Egypt eventually steps to it. we'll be able to perhaps secure the Temple of Artemis. I'm going to think on that as well. And then there's Macedon and its massive vassal horde. There's always the wrong loyalty sink of urbanized yet wrong Carthage, which should probably get around to declaring war on us at some point as well. Which leads me to our mission. Let's see here. We have a... What is that? We can't do it? Because of... It looks as though because of you. I think. Cilicia. Everything but, I believe, Cilicia is ours. What if, can we file a claim there, declare war? Holy moly. The good news is that our client state here does indeed, is adjacent to Cilicia here, as well as this other lot. So if we were to declare a war, get a claim going and secure this territory, we could have our client state take this whole area for no aggressive expansion as well. All we have to do is sail over there and do it. So let's get that claim going, and we'll think on that. I hope to see you in the next episode.